Hi guys, I have already done a previous recording to go up on YouTube, but I've now deleted it. Purpose is as I was feeling a little bit sorry for myself. Look, briefly, I apologise to anyone who was a bit upset at the last video because it was heartbreaking, absolutely soul destroying if you want the truth. The poor old boy, we had him 9 years, close to 10. He had a heart development problem, the valve. The vet was explaining to me that he only had a few weeks left if we were lucky, and I didn't want to put him through any sudden heart attack pain, you know, that sort of thing. Not only that, the funds might not have been available to deal with it when it came. That's the other downside to the decision I had to make. Now, I've been feeling sorry for myself for the last few days, having lost him, but a lot of that, I think, a lot of that grief was guilt for 1 minute he's, you know, running around with throwing balls, he's going after them, and then the next minute he's at the vet and I'm having to give the consent to have him put down. And that was a blinking hard decision to make. Last night, it all changed for me last night when I was reading up on Google some of the issues that comes with that heart problem, and exactly what was written down on that article was exactly what in another manner was being explained to me. So yeah, he's gone. There's nothing I can do. It was more to do with the guilt of putting him down, because 1 minute he's perfectly fine, and then he's gurgling in his own moisture, and it is what it is. There's nothing I could have done. Nothing, even if I was a millionaire, you know what I mean? There was nothing I could have done for him. We don't have the abilities that we do, that hospitals have. We just don't have it, and I didn't have the money for that. I mean, I could have spent thousands trying to keep him alive, but how much pain do you put an animal through before you sit there and you say enough's enough? And I didn't even want to get close to starting that process because that was selfish on my part, and it just wasn't the right thing to do. So by giving that order to have him put down, it was the correct order, you know what I mean? It was a hard one, real hard, but it's what had to be done, and that's what was done. Right, I have just been to B&Q. We've got a series of Jubilee clips. We bought 2 rubber connectors. One of these is for the underside pipe, and the other one is for the shower connection under there, which I'm struggling with at the moment because we've got to go from this size hose to eventually this size hose. Some turbulence there. Hey, it all works. Yeah. No leaks. Nope. Yes. I'll tighten that up a little bit. We've got a couple of drips down there, but no big deal. It's come off its clip though, because I want to keep it all against the wall, so ended up pulling it a little bit too tight. Right, we're good to go apart from that one leak. This didn't quite go to plan. I've still got a leak somewhere, I'm not sure. I think it might be there. Possibly. We've got a blooming leak on this one right here. Can't seem to stop it for some reason. Everything's good up to that end, and you can see that down there, that steel pipe, or the connector, which is the old filler plastic that's joined to that steel pipe, leaking. And when I put this on, I forgot to seal up the plate at the back. So this has got to come off and it's got to be sealed. So I think we'll get some hammerite on that next time I deal with it. That coupling, I thought I'd lost it. Damn, not cheap. Close to 400 quid for a new one of them. The ones I was looking at, £449. So 6 meters there of waste hose. I've altered the coupling The original pipe that was on there, I squashed it in. It ain't tidy, but it does the job. We've probably be better to look through here. I've reassessed everything under there. It wasn't quite as good as it should have been. It still go downhill a little bit up that end, but we'll get some brackets put on the angle iron at the bottom, so we can lift that up in the air a little higher, because we've got a rubber hose on the other side, so we can tip that about and have that running downhill instead of going the opposite direction. But we'll worry about that more when we get the tow hitch started. I'll have to put wet rags over it as well, so I don't melt the plastic. So the next job to do is to get underneath here, get this whole thing off, so I can put some sealant inside. It's a bit dark, so you can't really see what I'm talking about, but it's 4 bolts. I don't think I welded the nuts on the back, so they're going to be a bit of a nightmare. I'll have to climb under there with my gun and knock that off, stick some sealant around it, and then whack it back on again as tight as I can get it. And then this job will be okay. Done. What day is it today? Wednesday. Football match is about to start. So I thought I'd just flash up everything that's been done. When I said I wanted to take my mind off what has happened, that's exactly what I've done. So, oh, excuse me. Are you ready? Right, that is a shelf for my DVDs. We're going to buy some DVD containers, and we're just going to go back there. Here is where my little memorial to my dog is going. I've made a massive great cupboard with a tiny stupid little door, which is going to prove to be an absolute nightmare, but we do have space for some pictures each side of that. We have a little bit of space for something to go here. We've put one in there, and a very badly made one. I keep tripping over that bit. A very badly made one, because I struggled with that. There. Now, I've just got to clean it all up now. Get all the glue off with some white spirits. And the next thing to do is the seating areas, which are going to go down there. We've got to go around that, but we can't go onto here because it's just not going to be strong enough to hold. It's as simple as that. You can see how bad this stuff is. It's horrendous. I might have overdone it with the glue on that one, but that one's okay. I've just got to put a couple more screws down on there just to bring that down. I'm going to varnish the surface of that. Now I'm going to clean all of that up. This is all going yellow as well, so we may very well have to get some automotive upholstery paint, but we'll see where this ends up. That still may not happen as yet. Yeah, so there's going to be some trim go along the roof line all the way along. Now you'll note that that's probably a bit bumpy. That's because the roof's a bit bumpy for some reason. Well, there's only one reason really. I bodged it. I think that's pretty obvious, but it is what it is. So I followed the contours with that piece of ply, and I'm planning on, and had always planned, which is why I wasn't too worried, about putting a false wall on that could be removed. So now I am contemplating tongue and groove. I hate the stuff, but this stuff, the glue, it's not this that's the problem, it's the glue. It's rubbish. I need some real good strong automotive stuff, which is good with heat. That's the problem with the van. It gets very hot in the summer, and the glue warms up, and then it blinking well let go. That's the problem with it. So I may have to pull this all off. None of it's glued, the woodwork, none of it is glued. It's just screwed down, nothing more. I can pull it off, and if I have to redo it again at a later date, I can. But what we're going to do is we're going to put a roof in that's going to come off about 1/2 inch, so I can put downlighters in it, and I'll establish a new straight line all the way along there, and then we'll put some skirting board around the ceiling line, and then we're going to do the same all the way around there, all the way around there, and I might put a piece just along there. And as far as I'm concerned, the cupboard side of it is complete. So now we need to start the sofas. There's going to be one go across there, and there's going to be another one continue down there. We'll go as far as we need to. Throwing the old sofa out. A few memories of the dog. plus we need to have a clear out anyway. So this is what we're up to. Made the carcass, as you can see, for that one, covered it in white. Didn't quite make it to the end, but I originally planned to build off that and go across, you see. That was the original plan. But the more I sit here and the more I think about it, I think it would be nice to have one more chair here with a lift platform there, and then have this piece slot in the middle. It would also be nice to use some of the old knackered backrest from the sofa, because they're really comfy, filthy day but really comfy. But that's the dog, in it. So we'll literally dematerialise those and we'll make up new covers all round, because nothing matches, to be honest, nothing. So we've got one small skinny backrest to go across there, we've got those to go there, and my thoughts on this are, make it so the bottom base can slide forward, and as it slides forward the backrest drops off at an angle. Very complicated, and I don't have much wood because I've still got to build. Okay guys, we are finito, finished the sofa, which I'm quite pleased about. It is a bit of an oddball colour arrangement, but everything works. We've got a spring loaded mattress there, solid foam mattresses there, little backrest there, that works for me. A couple of the old sofa stuff which I've recycled or upcycled, whatever you want to call it. But here's the good bit: if we need to turn this into a bed, if that should ever happen, we have adjustable backrest, and this was the quickest and easiest thing I could think of. And basically you slide the mattress forward, you tuck that under, you slide the mattress back, and you got the wall itself. And while it's in that position, you've got a sloping backrest, and trust me guys, girls, it is really comfortable. I actually find this more comfortable than the sofa that was here, you know, that I chucked away. So yeah, I'd say sofa wise we're finally in. We've just got to take we've got to cut holes out in there so we can access the cupboards underneath. Nothing is glued. The frame is glued, but the plywood isn't glued to the frame. Everything is loose. Purpose being, we talked about this, those glass windows, if I have to replace them, everything has to come out. I mean, it's a lot of work, but everything that is in the way has to come out. No ifs or buts about it. So everything is removable. It's just going to take about 2.5 days to shift it all, and then probably another day to put it all back. I've got a block of wood to put at the end, it's just to stop everything from flying off. Got to get some Velcro from somewhere and find a way of strapping everything down so it don't fly about when we're driving. There's nothing more annoying, is there? We've capped off the water tank, but we've left a hole where the pipe go through to get some air in, because we ain't got enough air vents. There's not enough air circulation in this van at the moment. I've only got 2 holes for air to flow. One of them's under that seat over there, and the other is now there. So we've got more holes to drill. We need to get air in the cupboard so we don't go mouldy. Winter time, this is going to be quite horrendous for moisture, because dumb shit me didn't put a moisture barrier up, did I, between the walls. That was a stupid move. Lack of money. I have done this on a very, very tight budget to date. I don't know what I'm in, but I will start counting some of the receipts that I've got and going from there. So next week, I'm not doing any more work now. We want to get the television unit sorted out next, so we're going to buy a piece of decorative plywood, but I need to go on the B&Q website and see what the sizes are of that stuff they sell on something like 50 quid a board, and it's a real pathetically small board as well. But it will be a nice decorative worktop, so we can definitely make some framing up. We've got enough wood over there to just about do a base. We can make a frame up, and then that's about as far as I can go with it really, until I get some more cash in my pocket. We've got to also buy some trim to go around all that lot, because it's a bit plain and boring at the moment, and we need to do something about that and hide up some of these nasty edges that I really did muck up. We've got to put a trim down here. Something's got to go down there. Ooh. That's another thing I've got to watch. I want some skirting board down on here, and then I want to put my lino down, because we're going to put carpet down for that. And then we've got to figure out what we're doing on the ceiling. And in the meanwhile, I need to start thinking about putting lighting in. I've got some LED strips, mood light ones, so I might put a multicoloured mood light underneath at each side. It's got one of 3 colours. I think it was yellow, green and blue. I'm not so keen on blue, but we've got it if we need it. So I'm only going to pick one colour. I ain't wire them all in, I can't be arsed with that. And then we'll put some white lights up here out of the way. So yeah, we are getting there. We are very much getting there. As you can see, no light. Well, one light, but we've got light everywhere else in most places. We've got to resume work on the bathroom. I think that's going to be tongue and groove, as I've already said, but I think the next job definitely is going to be the beginning of that, but I can't see it through to the end. And we're going to make a start on the tow hitch at the back, because I really do need to get that back end a lot tidier than what it is. Other than that, there's not much more else I can do. So I would like to say thank you very much for the support regarding my poor old dog. I don't even know where to start with that one. That's been a tough week, and it's still going to get tougher because we've got the ashes coming back next Friday, which I'm not looking forward to. Sorry if I and I'm genuine, I'm sorry if I brought back some bad memories of anyone who's had to go through the same as I had. It was not my intention. My intention was to let you all know that something has happened, specifically what, and I wasn't planning on doing any work, but the wife encouraged me to, and some mates as well, to just get on with it, you know, because if you sit there and do nothing, you fester over everything, and before you know it, you're cracking up even more. And to be honest with you, as you can see, I have worked my backside off. I have not stopped. So I would like to say thank you very much for your support, all you lovely people that clicked the thumbs up. I don't know who it was who did the thumbs down, but whatever. I would like to thank you guys specifically, and the comments. I'm sorry I didn't reply to hardly any of them, if at all. I wasn't in the mindset to answer them, so I put up one big message at the top. But I will answer the questions if any come up this time round. You got my solemn promise. We miss him. We really do miss him. But it is what it is, and there's nothing we can do about it. You know, he's gone, and we need to move on. He had a brilliant life. He was such a funny dog. He was so loyal, and he was one of them cuddly type dogs. You know, you sit down and he would jump up on you and lick you to death. I hate being licked by dogs, and he would do that. I'd push him away to stop him from licking me, and then before I know it, he's thrown his entire body weight against my legs, as if to say, you're not going nowhere, pal. And then back up again, and he'd be licking me even more. My favourite fun times with him were walking. Really enjoyed the long walks we did, clearing my head when things were getting too stressful. That I'm going to miss the most. So I said I wouldn't talk about him anymore, so I'm going to leave it at that now. I will catch you later. Thank you very much. Bye.